So throughout the day, I drew in a comet. I think someone on a personal jetpack, possibly, if I didn't do that yesterday. A missile, a biplane, a UFO, a paraglider, a drone, a bat, a skateboarder, a hang glider. This is a paraglider. And then over here, I drew in some fireworks and another drone. And then as for here, I drew in a skydiver and the Sputnik satellite, since, based off my current understanding at least, that's the most iconic or unique looking satellite. In a sort of way, compared to the unique design of that satellite, all the other satellites kind of look similar to all the others in a way. And then, after I had already drawn most or all of those things, I then went and colored this side, and then this side, respecting the boundary I established between the lower half and the upper half of this styrofoam drawing, designating a different color for each half. Basically a hue of blue for the top half and a light hue of purple for the lower half. It's currently 9:31 p.m. Dad came home today around 7 p.m. Though right before he did that, he went to Burger King. And got one of those family bundles. And for some reason, for the fries, that he ended up putting in the oven after putting olive oil and then spices from my Man Crate spices that I got for Christmas on them. They threw in these onion rings. Which seemed quite tasty when compared to the fries. Maybe it's just because I've had fries a lot more times than the onion rings, so the onion rings taste like something novel. I'm having it with a glass of full fat milk. Dad microwaved the Whopper. He said he might have microwaved it for 2 minutes. So it's pretty hot, but nothing unbearable. I recall waking up around 6 in the morning today. I called out to let Dad know I was up. And he made me some coffee. Made me a pot for me to have in the coming hours. And I believe I had coffee. I finished it as early as 9 in the morning and as late as the noon time. I recall that as I was thinking of things to draw on the front of that sign, and then drawing them, because in order to draw things, I first had to think of ideas. Somewhere between noon and 1 p.m. was when I had one of the large chef salads. With a glass of full-fat milk. Only I remember that glass was in a red plastic cup, rather than the glass that I'm having right now. Now, for this game, I've been continuing my efforts in upgrading my manufactories. The things that are most of importance to me right now in terms of the Magic Academy is, first, probably most important right now is probably crafting vitality boosters, which are pretty much mandatory by the time you get to this stage in the Spire of Eternity. I ended up needing to use a bunch of vitality boosters in order to beat that encounter. Basically to beat the third stage. That's just a part of this first chapter leading up to the first boss. Then time boosters, and then after that, the last thing of importance to me is getting back the Moonstone library set, since I feel, since it's the only set to my knowledge that produces spell fragments, which I need in order to craft things at the Magic Academy. It's the only set that I really feel is worthy of taking up space in your city in Elvenar. I think I've been playing this game for about a year now, at least. I've got my workshops like this. I'm hoping to upgrade the barracks, but again, for that I need a city expansion, though it might be more important for me to move this ancient wonder to here to make room for some more halfling fields. Currently here in terms of the task sets for Lucky Little Finn. Coral Fountain. That could be useful. I don't have much seahorse food, though. In the background, I've been playing Queen's Blade, Limit Break, which, according to online descriptions and my own personal experiences, is an idle MMORPG. This Whopper has quite a bit of juice. In terms of the things I drew on that block of styrofoam, on the front, at times I did ask Dad during phone calls with him today for ideas. He gave me the idea of a UFO either today or yesterday. At first I dismissed it because that didn't seem very realistic. I mean, there's no definitive evidence of UFOs, so it doesn't score too highly on the realism score since, and presumably, that's something that would be in space. But then I kind of thought about the purpose of the sign, which in a way is supposed to show what I can draw on styrofoam using Sharpie markers. So then I decided to draw in the UFO. Yeah, I got the idea to draw in a comet from thinking about Halley's Comet, which is pretty much according to my recollection, one of the most, if not the most iconic comet that we know of. As for the fireworks, I think they're different from my previous depictions of fireworks because I went on Bing Images searching fireworks, and that's what led me to draw fireworks more realistically, since I couldn't really find a depiction of fireworks from any images I took of fireworks. I mean, of any styrofoam drawings from the front. Same thing for this bat. I got it from searching a bat, and then I found some sort of Halloween decoration that's sold online, but because I felt in my mind this was a pretty realistic depiction of a bat, they weren't just cartoon depiction of bats. I got the snowboarder, in a sense, from my own mind. I got these two depictions of drones from online pictures of drones, another Bing image search, and I got things like the hang glider, periscoper, and those sort of things from searching base jumping on Bing, since that was the extreme sport that came to mind first involving the sky. Then I was led to a Wikipedia article on that, which led me to the extreme sports Wikipedia article, which then listed examples, some of which involve the sky. That's how I got the paraglider, and the hang glider. As for the skydiver, I think I came up with that one by myself. Searched that on Bing Images. Think I did that yesterday, though. Though that's not how I came up with the jetpack person. And for the missile, I came up with that in my own mind initially. Then searched missile on Bing Images in order to find an image of a missile to draw, since those things are generally airborne when they're launched, whether that be for... there is such thing as a weather rocket, though not sure if this is how it looks or not, a weather rocket. Or at least I've heard something like that.